Good morning.
Hello everyone.
Welcome to our group video. Let me introduce ourselves from the Tulipa group, where we are second semester of Biology Education Study Program at the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Sintu Maroso University. Will before entering the video, allow our group to introduce ourselves first, namely, my name is Sharia.
My name is Saskia Delestari.
And my name is Sagita Wahyuni.
Will our purpose in making this video is to fulfill the final assessment of the English course with the lecture Miss Novalita Eftungka SS MPD. The title of our material is Organism with their Environment in Tahura, which we took in the Tahura Park, Palu City, Sigi Biromaru area on Tuesday, 8 May 2025. Here is our video. What is an organism? Organisms are living things that have an organized structure, are able to respond to stimuli, grow, reproduce, adapt, and maintain internal balance homeostasis. In the level of organization of life, organisms are the highest level consisting of molecules that interact and show the characteristic of life.
What is environment?
The environment is everything that surrounds living things and affects their life, either directly or indirectly. The environment can be physical conditions such as water, soil, mineral, flora, fauna, or solar energy, as well as institutions such as human decision about the use of the physical environment.
Relationship between organism and their environment. The relationship between organism and their environment is a complex reciprocal interaction in which organisms depend on their environment for survival and reproduction, while also affecting their environment through their activity. Organisms require resources from the environment such as water, nutrition, and energy, and develop adaptation to survive, in particular environmental education. The environment in turn is affected by the activities of organisms such as plant reaction, oxygen, or animals modify the habitat. Where organisms live in certain environment. This environment consists of biotic components, living things such as plants, animals, humans, and bacteria. Abiotic components, non-living, such as light, air, soil, temperature, and water.
Example of a relationship between organisms. Here is an explanation of the food chain. Number 1, sun. It is the main source of energy for all living things on Earth. Energy from the sun is used by plants to carry out photosynthesis. Number 2, trees, producer. Trees use the sun's energy to make their own food through the process of photosynthesis. Therefore, trees are called producer living things that can produce their own food. Number 3, butterfly, primary consumer herbivores. Butterflies eat nectar from tree flowers or other part of plant. Because butterflies eat plant, they are called primary consumer or herbivores. Number 4, cats. Cats are carnivore. They can prey on butterflies because they eat other animals. In this case, butterflies. Cats are called secondary consumer or carnivores.
Furthermore, number 1, plant and sunlight. Plants use the energy of sunlight for photosynthesis, a process that is essential for the growth and development. Without sunlight, plants cannot produce their own food, and will die. Number 2, animal and temperature. Environmental temperature affect the activity and distribution of animals. Some animals, such as bear, hibernate in the winter to survive the cool temperature. Number 3, plant and soil composition. Soil is the primary source of nutrition for plants. The acidity, mineral content, and structure of the soil will affect the health and growth of plants. Number 4, water and life. Water is vital component for all living things. The availability of water affects the way organisms in life and are distributed. For example, desert plants such as cacti have special adaptation, such as pine and narrow pore to direct vapors in dry environment. Number 5, air and breathing. Air, especially oxygen, is essential for the reception of animals and plants. Carbon dioxide, a product of reception, is all needed plants for photosynthesis. Number 6, temperature and animal adaptation. Animals have certain temperature limit to survive. For example, some animals adapt to cool temperature to hibernation, while others to temperature to mechanisms such as sweating. Conclusion: the environment consists of biotic living things and abiotic non-living things, components that interact with each other in complex systems. Living organisms not only depend on the environment to survive, but also influence it through their activities. These interactions include important processes such as the food chain, adaptation to temperature, the need for water and air, and dependent on light and soil. Therefore, the environment is a real and contextual source for understanding basic concepts in biology.
The benefit the or group got were that the school environment can be as a source of activity and contextual learning in biology subject in the following ways. 1. Direct observation. Students can be invited to observe interaction between living things, for example insects in plants, in the school environment to understand the concept of the food chain, symbiosis or adaptation. 2. Sample experiment. The surrounding environment can be used for experiments such as the effect of light on plants growth or simple observation about the water cycle. 3. Field project. Teacher can direct students to create local environmental study projects such as recording biodiversity around the school, mapping water source or observing air quality. 4. Integration of independent curriculum. The surrounding environment can be a contextual teaching material that is in accordance with the project-based learning approach and the profile on Pancasila students such as mutual comparison in preserving the environment. 5. Strengthening ecological literacy. By utilizing the surrounding environment as a living laboratory, students will more easily understand the importance of maintaining ecosystem balance and the or humans improving a nature. With the approach, biology learning will be more fun, applicable, and increase environmental awareness for an early age. Thank you for listening to presentation. Hopefully, what we share will not only increase knowledge but also raise awareness and enthusiasm to protect the earth or seek home. See you in the next video because learning never stops and nature always has story for to